Good evening, everyone. How you doing? See, Duncan's got it right. Look, there's his little disco emoji. What about a bit of disco to kick us off? Get you all in the mood for the Mildmay Line. Not that the Mildmay Line's got anything at all remotely to do with disco, but there you go. I thought I'd change it a little bit. Right, so I wasn't originally going to stream tonight because, of course, it was going to be the roadmap stream, and it was cancelled. Actually, it was cancelled just as we were coming out of the premiere of the first look this morning for the Mildmay. So I'd already arranged to do something else, but due to demand, mainly from Jason, I actually I changed it so we can do a little bit tonight. So what I'm going to do is... most of you hopefully have already watched this morning's video, so that will tell you all about the sort of intro to the route and what you get and scenarios and services and all that kind of good stuff. So we've done all that this morning, so go and have a look at that one. That's on the feed. Then we went from Stratford up to Willesden Junction, where we are right now. So what I'm proposing in this one, we go the other way, and we'll start here at Willesden Junction, go all the way back to Stratford, and then what I'll do after that is I'm going to jump onto the West Coast Mainline south with the 378 so we can give it a bit more of a run. And yeah, we'll bring it up to speed a little bit, I think. So that's what we're going to do. How's everyone doing? Train Life GB, good evening. Orange 8, Average London Rail Spotter, good evening. Elias, Jason, of course. Laserjet, aka Great Western, he once said Nebworth. G Dave, welcome back. David Drives, good evening. Duncan, of course, we already mentioned. Who else have we got? Anybody else? Anybody else? South Coast Simulation, how you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. So, yeah, because I've already done the first look, I'll tell you, I quite like it. And I don't know if you noticed afterwards, I got a comment from Johannes on that video. He was actually watching the video, which was quite nice of him. And he said, you know, a nice first look and all that good stuff. So I just said, you know, nice route, well done. So yeah, so it's all good. You never know who's watching, do you? So we're going to get going very shortly. Chris, good evening. How you doing? James LFC, how are you? Yeah, let's get out of photo mode, shall we? And we'll get things set up, ready to go. Master key first. We'll go into neutral to begin with. Open the doors. Where's the lights? They're up here. Of course they are. Weather conditions, it's set to clear, and today's date actually. So it's March, just so you know. I know we usually do summer. We did summer this morning. So I thought we'd do something slightly different. Let's get these done. One more. Vigilance. There we are. We'll open the windows, shall we? And we'll turn this on. There we go. I still wish that was working a little bit better, but, you know, it'll do. Peter, good evening. Oh, you did choose my first look over the opposition. No, we're not opposition. We all kind of, you know, we all kind of complement each other. It's fine. You might find actually you want to watch a couple of different people. You know, opinions may vary. But yeah, it's all good. Chris Martin, good evening. How you doing? Transport East Anglia, good evening. Make sure the aircon is on. Yeah. That's the aircon. Windows open. Let's lock the doors. This is, of course, the new 378, which comes with the route. Very nice to drive. Let's go. I need to put it in forwards. That will always help us. And I will tell you the schedule, which is Kensal Rise, Bronsbury Park, Bronsbury, West Hampstead, Finchley Road and Frognall, Hampstead Heath, Gospel Oak, Kentish Town, my favourite place, Camden Road, Caledonia Road, and Boynesbury, I should say, Highbury and Islington. Let me just take the power off. Canonbury, Dalston, Kingsland, Hackney Central, Homerton, Hackney Wick, Stratford, due in 11:28. So that is our schedule. Animal, good evening. How you doing? March is going to be an expensive month. Yeah, I saw that. I've only had a brief look at the roadmap. It was a big roadmap, wasn't it? It was a big roadmap. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of stuff about the Cardiff route. A lot of new screenshots. Did I see an HST there at Cardiff? I don't think we knew about that. I think we probably expected it, but I don't think we knew, did we? But that's quite nice to see. Transport East Anglia said this route looks good. Definitely day one. It's very good. It is very good. I've had a lot of fun so far. So I think if you do pick this up tomorrow, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I'll be honest. It's always advisable to stay out of Hackney. I'm sure you guys have told me that before. Sure you have. Of course, it goes without saying, talking about Cardiff. I know we've not really looked at this one yet, but I will also get Cardiff, of course, on the early access. So we will have a good look at Cardiff. That is the one I'm most excited about. I've been pretty excited about this. Cardiff, probably equally so, I think. I don't know. They're both quite good. Without seeing Cardiff, shaping up to be good. Right, let's get the doors open. There is still there you can see the passengers. There is still this passenger issue. I don't know if that will be fixed tomorrow. I am on the ambassador build, so hopefully it gets sorted out quickly. But the passengers are obviously not right. But it's a core thing, as I understand it, as I was saying this morning. She's got a parachute on. Look, there she goes. She's off. Right, Bronsbury Park. Homerton, is that how it's... Right, Homerton, I remember that. Homerton. Average train spotter, can you go to Caledonia Road and Boynesbury and see if you can find the Azuma, the 700 and the HST? I don't think... Are they in there? I don't think they're in there, are they? Jason knows better than me. I'll rely on his expert knowledge, but I don't think they're in, are they? Thanks everyone for coming in. We've got 49 in at the moment. As I said, we will run this down to Stratford and then we'll quickly jump onto the West Coast Mainline South, because a lot of you have been asking me in the comments, is there anything for the 378 on there? And it does substitute for the 710 on there, so we'll give it a go on the third rail. Slightly past the signal, but it's fine. That doesn't count as an overshoot as much. Not much, it doesn't. What do you reckon? I suppose the stop board is there, so... If the Cardiff route as an HST, you might end up purchasing it. I don't know if you're going to be able to drive it yet. But if you look at the screenshots on the road map, you can see the HST there at Cardiff. So And to repeat what you said this morning, Dave, you can recognise buildings on this route from when you drove it. It shows excellent attention to detail. Yeah, and somebody else afterwards commented as well, because I asked about it in the video. Somebody that watched it afterwards did also say that they live nearby, and it looks pretty accurate. So that's always quite nice, isn't it? I was pleased about that. Bronsbury is next. And you're right, Duncan, yeah, I keep wearing out the brake pads, as it were. Ignore the passengers. There's an Elton John song in that, isn't there? We'll be going to Watford after this. Apologies if I miss any of your comments. There's quite a few scrolling down, and obviously in this route the stops are quite frequent, so I don't want to miss any. You think it's only AI, the HST, Duncan? Yeah, I don't know. I can maybe ask that, can't I? I can maybe ask DTG that. West Hampstead is next. They are on the route, but you would need to be in Caledonian Road and Boynesbury to see them. So let's have a look. So it's coming up 11:08. So I'll see if we can see them once we get there. Just remind me. You always stay around Stratford whenever you visit the UK. Level of detail is excellent, very recognisable. I thought you're in the UK, David. Maybe I assumed wrongly. You're one of our international audience. Whoops. Helps if I don't hit the scenery. I mean, these buildings are quite good, aren't they? These are well done. Gives it that very North London feel, doesn't it? This built up area. Duncan, you said you'll happily exchange route length for detail and overall quality. Yeah. Oh gosh, I went inside then. That wasn't good. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you can see the quality on here. As I said, apart from the passengers, which is a core thing, that's not to do with this route specifically. And we're going to Finchley Road and Frognall next. As I commented this morning, some of the passengers as well that are there are doing different things as well. They're looking at the phones, they're eating sandwiches. This guy, we're just going to have a look at this guy. I think this is a new pause for the passengers. Just open the doors. If I just go outside. This guy's eating his sandwiches, look. In a decent teeth to get through that thing. That's a wedge, look at that. We got laptops. You can actually hear the clicking of the laptop as well. 24 hours a day. Which is quite good. So, a bit of variety as well. Just need them to get on and off. Hampstead Heath is next. Did the old Silverlink 150 on the gospel joke. Yeah. Stopping this time. Yeah, I stopped. I did alright there, didn't I? Hey Roman, how you doing? Monty Burns, good evening. It was a doorstep. It absolutely was. He's obviously not bought the sandwiches on Euston Station because they're a right rip-off. You hardly get anything for your money there, I'll tell you. Yeah, BR sandwich. It would have had curled up sides if it was a BR one. Slightly slow coming into here. Oh, you're not very excited about it, Monty? It's not. I mean, it's not going to suit. I mean, there always will be people like yourself where, you know, every route that comes out won't suit everybody. I think that's fair enough. I think, you know, you will like what you like, I think. And, you know, it's your own money. It's fair enough. It's a good point. There'll be people, dare I say it, who probably don't like the Cardiff route. I wouldn't know why, but there will be. A sand wedge. Very good, Peter, yeah. Evening, Elliot. How are you doing? You've not got a ticket. The ticket machine crashed. Right, Gospel Oak. Yes, if you just come in, as we're saying, we're going down to Stratford. This morning we went the opposite direction from Stratford up to Willesden Junction. So if you haven't seen that one, the first look, just go and have a look on the feed. And in there I go through all the services that are available and the scenarios, etc. And what comes with the route. And then we do the drive in the opposite direction. So I thought tonight we'd just go back this way just to get a different perspective. Then we'll jump on the West Coast Mainline and we'll run up to Watford in the 378. Come the revolution, it will be British Rail again. Yeah, can you imagine? That was the plan, but... It is, Elliot. Yeah, it's very, very similar. Very. Thanks, Jason, for posting that. That's the link to the first look from this morning, if you want to go and check that out afterwards. Thanks for all the feedback on that and the comments. Much appreciated. Does the 710 have passenger services on the Mildmay? Is it depot movements? I am not sure. I've not run one yet, so I'm not really sure what they do, but I'm guessing it's not. There's only 2 services that are around 25 minutes. The rest of them are all quite small, so I bet they're all depot moves or similar. Right, Kentish Town. People may get a tad sick of new routes being around the same area as previous ones, but in a sense you don't see why they would have added route hopping if that wasn't going to be the case. Yeah, I think that is going to be it's going to be the case, isn't it? That's what I speculated on this morning, that there are a lot of connections to these routes as well, isn't there? So it might make sense for future DLCs as well that there's going to be more in this area. I would expect so. I don't know so, but I would expect so. See London off into the distance, the BT Tower, which I was looking for this morning. I was going the wrong way. I found it eventually. Oh, that's busy talking on some of the videos. The aircraft as well coming in left to right there, ahead of us.
Ticket checks are in operation at this station. Please have your tickets available for inspection.
Oh, the air depot moves. Thanks, Transport East Anglia. You're still playing your way through TSW2? Wow. Why? How come you're playing it on TSW2? Is that just to complete all the trophies, or? Yeah, we're still going through it, average London rail spotter. Yeah. Is there a route that goes to Dumfries? No, I don't believe so. I don't think there's one in CS Classic. I could be wrong. Wembley Stadium you can see on the West Coast Mainline south. For certain. We'll see that on the way up to Watford. I don't know if you can see it from the Mildmay Line though. It is the BT Tower, you're right, Laserjet, yeah. Yeah, I haven't got much time at each of these stations, but I'll fly out and have a quick look, but hello Matt, how you doing? Good evening. Yeah, the route hopping does work. I must admit I've only really tried it between Blackpool Branches and Preston Carlisle, but yeah, it was working alright. This is Camden Road. So, I mentioned as well this morning, some of these stations you might do it if you're going for the collectibles. You'll be out on foot, obviously, a little bit more, but do go and explore the stations. Just take some time to go and explore the stations. I mean, you can come out in most cases down to the road level. Wow, he's cutting a corner. Look at that. But you can come down to road level with most of them. Just trying to see if there is a street level on this. Might be around this side. You can't get to it in this camera view, but yeah, do try it. There's a lot of detail being put into that as well, and if you're only driving, you won't see any of that, which is a shame. Right, Caledonian Road and Bournemouth. This is where the average London rail spotter wants me to have a quick look around. What is it we're looking for at this one? Just remind me. Jonathan, good evening. You're probably not going to get it. It's not your thing, but it does look very good. Yeah, fair comment. Fair comment. This, how you doing? Ben, good evening. The Azuma, the 700 and the HST. Right, we'll see if we can spot anything. As you saw this morning, Willesden Junction is good for spotting. Quite by accident this morning we saw the Pendolino, the 377, and there was something else we saw as well which escapes me, but there was 3 or 4, which was quite nice to see, completely at random. The bouncing of the unit happens a lot on this route in real life, does it? Okay, that's good to know. The thing I like about these routes is just that how close everything is into the route. I quite like that aspect of it. We've got lots of routes where there's nothing on either side. This really feels like you're actually in the city. Everything's kind of on top of you, which is nice. The 350, it was the 350. Well done, Duncan. 10 marks to Duncan. It definitely was the 350. Right, so this is Caledonian Road, so I'm going to open the doors. There. Now, where is it going to be? There's not a lot here to see. Am I meant to be looking somewhere specific? Or is it a little bit away from the station? David 22, how are you? Another David. Right, Highbury and Islington. That's where we're going.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of
At the
staff
wrong
to
station.
call the police.
Let's have a look. Caledonian Road and Bransby. I'm sure that's what he said. Well, if it's a different one, tell me when we get there. There's a few things to see once we get down to Stratford. That's definite. Does the 378 layer onto the I'm saying WWE now, the West Coast Mainline? It does. We're gonna play one of those straight after this one. T.Tricks Gaming, thank you for that. Subscribing. Welcome to the team. Duncan, you love a Japanese commuter route now we're venturing there. Very similar feel to this route, winding through the skyscrapers to the suburbs. Yeah, that would be interesting. I wonder, because I don't know if did TS Classic do it? Did TS Classic go to the Tadami line and then further into Japan with other routes? I don't know. I don't own many of the non-UK things in TS Classic. But I mean, in TSW we went to France, didn't we? And so far we've not gone back to France yet. So I kind of hope that when we do go to these new countries that further routes do come out for those countries, as you said. There's so many different possibilities for the future, isn't there? And while we're talking to new countries, let's give another shout out to the Dutch route as well, which is also going to come soon. Did it say by the end of March in the roadmap? That one's going to be pretty epic. I always say I'm looking forward to these routes. I always say that, but I do, and I am. The Dutch one's going to be a little bit different, especially the Kaplopla. I'm looking forward to that. This is Canonbury. Yes, as Jason was saying, you will need to have the suffragette line. That being said, also on the roadmap, I did see in the whatever it was called, there was a slide with loads of stuff coming up, and on that slide it did say opportunities to have sales as well throughout March. So you may get the suffragette line on sale at some point. Scooby, thank you very much for that. Tintin, you legend. Can we see Primrose Hill? We can try if you tell me where it is. Us northerners don't know our way around London very well. So if you tell me where it is, what station we need to be at, we can try and have a look for it. That's where Madness went when they were driving the car, didn't they? Primrose Hill. Right, let's go to Dalston, Kingsland. I get to show people how not to drive a train early. That is true in some cases. That is very true. Emil, OLT, how are you? You're more excited for Frankfurt S-Bahn 420's return for the grave. See the new S-Bahn train is fabulous. Yeah, there's a big news for German railway fans there. I know the 420's been anticipated for a long time, and it went away and came back, and now it's firmly back. So that's quite exciting. This is a windy piece of track. I saw someone comment earlier about the amount of vegetation as well along the sides of the route, which I agree with. It's nice to see. And also, you see the barriers in a quite realistic fashion. The barriers are intertwined with the vegetation as well. It's covering them up in some places, which just gives it that more immersive feel as well. There's been a lot of small detail like that you just got to, once you get your hands on it, just look for, and I'm sure you'll I'm sure you'll appreciate it. And when you remind yourself, once again, this is a one-man job, imagine what a team of people could do. Let's have a look what I've missed. Bob's Vlogs, how you doing? You reckon Cardiff will be released on the 13th of March? What makes you say that, Bob? Dylan, how you doing? Yeah, the modelling looks excellent. Yeah. Not enough vegetation. It's very overgrown, is it? Usually. Hackney Central. The place you've all been looking forward to going to. Hackney. Yeah, there's no 66 with it, but as he says, as Elliot says, it does layer in. Plenty of services for that. Coastal route in Wales would be excellent, I agree. In TS Classic, actually, I think it was back end of last week, the North Wales Coastal revamped route was released. And again, I think, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, but I think that is just one guy. He spent 6 years doing that, revamping the TS Classic North Wales route to bring it up to, well, it's 2025 standards now. So we'll be playing that over the next few weeks as well and going down the North Wales Coastal. You get a few scenarios with that as well, with the AP stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, the Welsh Coast, very good idea for TSW. You'd want a long run for that though. The North Wales Coastal on TS Classic's quite a long route, so. Oh, the roadmap said mid-March, right. Probably close the doors a little bit too early. Who developed the Cardiff route? I think it's DTG, is it? I think it's DTG. Oh, what am I doing opening the doors now? Oh dear. Right, I'll close them again. So I'm gone from being early to being late. There you go.
Closed circuit television and remote video monitoring is in use at this station for your personal safety and security.
Hackney is not the home of the Hackney carriage, is it not? The end of the tunnel, South Hampstead, is Primrose Hill. The left junction of Camden and the road is Primrose Hill too. Ah, okay. Chester to Llandudno. Yeah, that would be alright. Oh, you got the Rail Atlas. Yeah, you got it from the auction site, didn't you? Yeah, I told you it was good. You could sit there hours looking at that. Yeah, it's very useful. Thanks everybody for coming in. We got 90 in at the moment. Thanks for coming in. Spending a bit of time. Hope you're enjoying the route. Just gives you a different perspective on it for tomorrow. Get another look at it. I think you said, Peter, I pronounced this Homerton rather than Homerton. Yeah, so you see some of these stations, you can go all the way underneath, you see, and out to the barriers. Now, on some of them, it will let you go through the barriers. Others it won't, but yeah, as I say, I would encourage you to go out and have a look at what he's done to the stations, because there's a good level of detail there.
Ticket checks are in operation at this station.
There's another plane.
Have your tickets ready for inspection.
2 planes. Hackney Wick is next. Yeah, so just even as you're driving, you know, and the traffic just catches your eye at the corner of your eye, it just adds to it. Got a 25 coming up. Be good if they created an Irish route. I think eventually all countries are possible, aren't they? All locations. Peter, did you sneak in there? I don't remember seeing a comment from you unless you sneaked in. You're not on the wine again, are you? Good evening, Joshua. How are you? Adamus, good evening. Seniac, how are you? Will both Overground be released as a bundle if you don't own both? I don't think so. But as I was saying earlier, if you don't have the suffragette line, it did say in the roadmap that there's a possibility of some sales coming up in March. If you go back and have a look at the sort of short list of what's coming up. So it's possible you could get the suffragette on sale. It's been on sale already at one point. Obviously, this one being new, it won't be in a sale for some time. But yeah, suffragette should be able to get. You said hi earlier, but I blanked you. No, not intentional. There's a lot of chat going past, I think. So. It's just the whole scene, you know, with the the city in the distance and the buildings. The stadium, that thing, whatever that thing is called. One of you will tell me what that is. Was that built specifically for the Olympics, that, or has it always been there? Yeah, we were talking about the S-Bahn before. I think that's going to be shaping up to be quite a nice route. And the standard of the German ones is usually excellent, isn't it? Got the canal there with the barges. Double yellow. Stratford is next. We've got Union Jacks on the bridge. Going down to the stadium. To reduce the speed. You can actually hear the aircraft as well. Don't know if that's coming through as good it is for me down the headphones. It is going to be a manic march. Yeah, we were just saying that before. Yeah. Oh, it's West Ham Stadium now, is it? Of course it is, yeah. Forgot about that. I didn't see any bubbles coming out of the top. Yeah, Amelia. The wallet has to suffer. I think there's a few of you have been suffering from that. And a few of you suffer from that when I show things on here as well. Over the years. The Orbit Tower, right, got you. It's a sculpture, is it? Oh, it's an observation tower as well. Ah. There's the Elizabeth Line trains. Got a lot of people walking as well, up and down the road, which, oh wow, look at them cars. Just watch this. Oh, dear me. So they've put the people in, but forgot about them crossing. Yeah, there's a lot of, as I said, there's a lot of passenger, different variety on here that we've not seen anywhere else. Yeah, I'm keeping my eye on it. I can't go any further than this buffer stop here, so I definitely need to be careful now. Right at the end, but this is Stratford. I'm sure they're great. That was a nice run down from Willesden. As I was saying this morning, it's only 12 miles, but it seems a lot longer. Unless that's just me. It's probably because of all the stops, etc. And you're looking at so much stuff that it just feels longer. These are the Anglian trains, are they? I believe. Or that's what they're meant to be. Well, that is our journey down to Stratford, so I'll lock the doors. We're going to hop over to the West Coast Mainline South in the 378. We're going to switch the power over to use the third rail, and we're going to go up to Watford. Because we've not run one of those Lioness Line services for quite a while anyway, so we might as well try it in the 378 because we get to go a little bit faster than we did on the Mildmay. If you want to have another look at the Mildmay line, as I mentioned earlier, don't forget this morning we went from Stratford to Willesden, the other direction. So if you want to look at it going in that direction, go and have a look at this morning's video, and then you can get a view of both directions then. Right, so main menu, West Coast Mainline South is where we're going. So to the trains, choose a route. It's right at the bottom, isn't it? Normally. There it is. Timetable. So the 378, as you can see, now appears in the list along with the 710 for the West Coast Mainline South. And we are going to do that 5 core. We're going to do 5 core, and we're going to do the 1128 service. That's the one. 51. No, that's not it. It's that one. Hang on. What have I put down here? 2D73. It's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Right, let me turn the dynamic weather off. Then we don't get any bother. Mr. Bean, great name. Good evening. Catherine, good evening. And anybody else that I've missed, or anybody who's just watching in the background, welcome. Everybody's welcome. Right, so when it defaults in at Euston, we got the pantograph up, which is fine for this early section. But then we go down a tunnel before South Hampstead, and you'll stop unless you switch it. So we're going to do that right now. So let's put the master key in. And I don't know if this is the right procedure. It just works. So we'll put it in neutral. Again, a manual would be nice. We want to do the pan down. You can hear the power going off. Then if we select the DC system, I'm doing it on the controller, which is why it's a bit fiddly. So we do that. Shoes down. He says. Finley, thank you for subscribing. There we go, the power's on now. So we'll put it in forwards. We'll get the doors open, and basically we're ready to go. So we'll just do the safety systems. So if you do get this tomorrow and you do run it on this line, just remember to change the power over. Do that. We'll also do that, and we will do that. I think 75 is the top speed. There it is. It's the permitted speed. It might go faster than that, but... Right, let me put these on day running. Hang on. Let's do that again. There we go. Right, we're ready to go. South Hampstead, so let's come outside for a little bit. We'll just close the doors. Bit of traffic in at Euston. Off we go. 25 miles per hour out of Euston. Driven 37 miles, there you go, and that's just on the PC. I've been playing it on the PS5 as well this weekend, and I've played it more on the PS5 actually. Super Sprinter, you're in the background watching, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. So we should get up to a 40 pretty soon. You're on TSW5 doing the Blackpool branches in the 390. Wow. You have to pretend you got wires, of course. But I don't blame you. There's the 710 coming the other way. Yeah, Mildmay's tomorrow. Yeah, 10 o'clock for consoles, 6-ish for PC, as I understand it. 710 is the newest delivery, right. So I will show you where the overhead wires end, so that if you do it and you forget to change the power over, you'll remember where it fails, and then you'll know what you've done. So you come down under here, you go into the tunnel, and that's where the overhead wires end. From that point on, you're stuck. Right here is where it ends. Good evening, Z-Tech. How you doing? Yeah, are you still having the problems animal at Euston with it crashing? The recent round of patches have still not fixed it. Which is a bit of a shame, if it is. You as well, John. Lots of crashes at Euston. Yeah, it's pretty dark, isn't it? The station's just the other side of this tunnel. Oh, D Shaw was the other person that subscribed before. Thank you for that, D Shaw. And Michael Littlejohns, thank you for subscribing. Hope you're well. Yeah, the theory was, yeah, layers. It could be layers, but also Creators Club liveries was the other theory that was going around. If you've got lots of Creators Club stuff downloaded as well. I don't know how true that is, but Tommy, good evening. How you doing? Can't wait to drive this route tomorrow. Yeah, this is of course West Coast Mainline South, but this is the 378. We were just on the Mildmay. I don't know how long you've been there in the chat, but yeah, this is the Lioness Line that we're currently running just to try out the 378 a bit faster. The passengers are working on the West Coast Main Line at least. Right, Kilburn High Road. Yeah, see, I haven't had that problem, John, on the PS5. I did until a couple of months back. They did something that fixed it for me. It was a bit annoying, I must admit, but yeah, it's been all right in recent times. Does the 378 appear as AI on the Watford DC lines? Good question. I don't know. We'll keep our eyes open. You would think so. Yeah, I hope there's not just us and the 710s. Oh, you know, it kind of substitutes a few of them in. Once again, weather-wise, we're set to clear, and today's date, 3rd of March, just in case you're wondering about the weather. Destination boards all working as they should, which is nice. Yeah, of course. You don't have any liveries because that doesn't work as well. You're not having a very good time, animal, really. This is Queen's Park. I haven't seen any Bakerloo stuff going up and down yet, either. Has to be said. Probably all down the tunnel. Excited for the Great Western Express. Hurts when it's not in this month's DLC. It's very, yeah, it's there's not a lot on that, is there, at the moment? You could play Thomas at the West Somerset in the meantime. We're definitely going to play that. I mean, the trailer the other night, I was going to do a little video when the new trailer came out, but the old original Thomas music was all over it, and YouTube does not like that. Not if it's not yours. They don't like it. So as far as when we get early access to Thomas and the West Somerset, hopefully it isn't a condition of it that... Oh, there's the Bakerloo stock, look. Hopefully it's not a condition of it that the music has to be blurring the whole time, because we got no chance. Kensal Green is next. This should make TSW5 multiplayer. Yeah, we talked about that a few times. I think probably it's probably been investigated for a long time. I don't think it would suit everybody, but I know what you mean. There's a lot of people who do ask for it. Oh, Jason says there he thinks it won't come to TSW. I don't know. Not sure. Yeah, you meant you can't wait to drive the Mildmay Line. Yeah, I've got you. Not long to wait now.
Vehicles parked at unauthorized points may be clamped or removed without...
This end of the route is very busy, isn't it now? Quite like this. Yeah, Thomas over Shap. You know that's going to happen. That is definitely going to happen. Yeah, Thomas at London Paddington. Yeah. I think people are going to get creative with that. I mean, I don't know how long that DLC is. It's going to be story based. I don't know how long the DLC is if it is story based, is going to last. So the opportunities might come with the free roam aspect of it, putting it in your own scenarios and things like that. So I'm sure Creators Club will be filled with it not long after it comes out. Yeah, Thomas up there licking Klein on the Birmingham Cross City. 350 coming in on our left. I think Shap is the thing about Shap is it's very gradual, isn't it? It is if you're coming from the Preston end. It's very, I think it's a bit deceptive. On one of the live streams we did, we took the Flying Scotsman up there, do you remember? And a combination of me probably emptying all the steam out didn't help, but we just got over there, didn't we? We did alright with it. Depends what you're driving. You definitely need a head start before you get up there with some of the stock. Thomas on a Rosa, I forgot about that. So I've not seen any AI 378s yet, but we'll keep an eye out for it. Evening, Simon, how you doing? You're asking me earlier, Simon, weren't you, about West Coast Main Line, so here you go. HS1, Thomas. The saloon lights are not working. Can we turn those on somewhere in here? It could be in here, you know. There's nothing up there, is there? There's the aircon, by the way. It's on full cold at the moment. Is the lighting in here somewhere for the passengers? Don't know. Let me just have a quick look. Driver's menu. Oh, this is where we were. Don't know. Don't know about the cabin lights. Is there anything behind us? Saloon lights on. Says they're on up there. So next time we're in a tunnel, we'll have a quick look. Willesden is next. Hook up Thomas to the back of a Pendo. You're not being very cruel to Thomas. Flag and speed. If you missed, if you didn't see all of the video this morning, I was mentioning in the comments as we were watching the premiere about the trip that the ambassadors are going to do from Penzance all the way up to Inverness as part of a special collaboration that we're doing. We're doing it across TSW and TS Classic. The idea is we get from one end to the other using routes from each sim, a combination. So if there's a TSW route for a portion of it, we'll use that. If it's only TS Classic, we'll use that. But we can get Penzance to Inverness across the two sims. So that's what we're doing. So keep an eye out for that. And because you're talking about Thrash and Clegg, one of the stages that I'm going to be doing is Kyle of Lochaush to Inverness in a 37, a dirty old 37 with the ScotRail coaches on the back, and it's a long one. I might have to split it into two sections, but there you go. There'll be some Clegg on there for sure, up in the Highlands. I've not recorded that yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. The other ones that I'm doing are Lichfield, Trent Valley to Stafford. Then I've got Stafford to Preston, which is a special one. I'm not going to tell you what I'm driving in that one. I've already recorded that one. Then I'm going Carlisle to Glasgow as well. So those are my portions. Then the other ambassadors are filling in with the other routes, and between us in one playlist, you'll be able to see us go from Penzance to all the way up to Inverness, which is quite nice. So who's involved in the collaboration? There's me, British Ace, Neil TV8, Train Simulator Driver, Mega Sim, Richie Rail. So we've all been sorting it out between ourselves. But yeah, I can imagine TSW doing Inverness to Penzance. God, that'll cost you a bit. Your wallet will never recover after that. I don't know when that's releasing, by the way. That multi-stage trip, but just keep your eye on the channels, and you will see it come up. It'll be announced. Hopefully, Dovetail will announce it properly and point you to the list, etc., etc. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing that. You can guess what I'm driving. I bet you can't. Apart from the 37 that I just told you about on the Highland Line. So this is where we can see Wembley. There you go. And if Preston can beat Aston Villa in the next round of the Cup, we will also be going to Wembley. So there you go. Just as a little side note. HSTs will be involved, Dave. But not by me. But HSTs will be involved. I know you guys all love a claggy HST now, after the other week. Stonebridge Park is where we are. Yep, no worries, Elliot. Thanks for coming in. Class 08. Yeah, Class 08. Ben P, how you doing? Thank you for the sub. Also, Lightning Rails, welcome. The Shap route. I'm not doing the Shap route actually this time. No, I'm not doing it. I'm letting somebody else do it. I've picked a couple of good ones out anyway, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Of course, all the legs that I've got to do, they're all TS Classic. The ones that I'm doing are not available in TSW, so they will be TS Classic. But there's a good mix of TSW and TS Classic. But between us, we can get the whole way up to Inverness, so it should be quite a good series. I think you'll quite enjoy it. The ones that I'm doing will be released on my channel as normal, but they will be part of the bigger playlist. So if you want to instead go to the full playlist and watch them in order, then you can do. Might take you a while to watch them, but it's probably worth it. Right, Wembley Central. Get down for this 40. Welcome back, Catherine. A 47 or a 20 from Stafford to Preston. Nope. Good guess, though. Yeah, so you'll be able to you better do this from tomorrow as well. If you pick up the Mildmay, you'll be able to jump in the 378 on here if you want to do something a little bit longer. I think it's 51 minutes, I think, this service. Oh, wow, I've not seen that before. They actually got up off the bench then. I don't know if you caught that. It was like they were doing a kip up, but they did it. I've not seen that before. Right, North Wembley, we're off to next. No, not APT. Oh, I would have liked to have done the APT, but there's not a... For the sections that I'm doing, there isn't a scenario, and I didn't really want to do quick drives because I wanted some traffic. You'll just have to wait and see. See, I've got you all going now. Honestly, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. $81. 66. What if your nails just pinged off? Oh dear. Matt, you like the Morecambe trip video? I watched it last night. Should be more of the TSW real life vids. Checking on Google. Yeah. I didn't... I've done a couple of these and I didn't set out really to kind of do it, which is why there isn't much footage of the actual Morecambe itself. It was only when I got there I kind of thought I could put a few of these bits together, but I just wanted to tell the story because again it was my mum that was telling me about the station, the old station that's in the DLC, and how popular it was. And we'd planned to go to Morecambe by train for ages, and I had a day off, and I just said, "Shall we go?" So we went, and she got there, and she was like mortified that the station wasn't in use anymore. Which was a strange thing. She said it was always a really nice building. She told her brother about it as well, my uncle. And bear in mind, he lives in like round Wellingborough, round Northampton. He lives down there. He's lived down there a long time, and he's not been to Morecambe for years. And he said to her, when you got to the station, was the ship there? And of course we couldn't get into the old station, so there is no ship there. And I said to her, it's funny you should say that, because in the DLC there is a ship. So isn't it funny what you remember? So when he was a young lad, he used to go in and have a look at that ship that's depicted in the DLC. I thought it was quite a good story. So I think Just Trains has done well with that. So you're right. I could probably do a couple more of those, but I need to plan them proper and take the trip properly. I just have an idea what it is I want to do before I set off this time, rather than, bodge it together afterwards. But hopefully, as you said, it was all right. A few people quite liked it. Some didn't. Well, that's normal. Right, we're off to Kenton next. Evening, Dave. Dave 1, how are you? Yeah, thanks for that, Matt. That's good feedback. Oh, was it Pontins? It was Pontins, was it? I couldn't remember if it was Butlins or Pontins. She did tell me. It was closer to Heysham. She said it was right by the power station, or whatever it is. Is it a power station or is it nuclear fuels? I don't know what it is, but she said it was right next door to it. A bus shuttle from Morecambe Station, exactly right. Yes, she said that too. Yeah, yeah. And you work there, Dave. You've worked everywhere. That's a good story. Yeah, yeah. Because obviously I've been to Morecambe a fair bit because it's literally round the corner, pretty much. But it's better when you got someone with you who can actually, explain all about the area and what was there and what's changed and that kind of thing. I find that quite interesting. Obviously, the Midland Hotel is there in all its glory, and if you walk around the back of it, you're used to seeing the front of it, which you can see in the DLC. But if you go around the back, it's all glass at the back, and there's all people having afternoon tea and all sorts. It was like quite a new structure on the back, but it looked quite good. I bet it was expensive though. The SS Berengara. What was that? Hey Graham, how are you? Right, we're off to Harrow. Yeah, to get a bus service, yeah, she did say that. When did Morecambe Pier disappear? Because there's no pier anymore, but you do see the pier on a few of the older things on TV. There's no pier at all now. But it was nice. It was last Monday we went, and it was quite nice because you could see across the bay to Ironside and Grange, and those stations, by the way, are on the Cumbrian coastline, which we have played in TS Classic, and we will do so again at some point. Right, this is Harrow. Hopefully the passengers are behaving because they have a tendency to jump on the track. And I'm not kidding. Just at Harrow though. Oh, there you go. There's the AI. Look, there's a 378 coming the other way. So there's the answer. We do have 378 AI. I'm pleased about that. He's on his way back to Euston, or she is. $19.92 was it? Right. Oh, a fire, yeah. That's how they all end up going, isn't it? A dummy funnels theatre restaurant boy. Right, I'm going to ask her about that afterwards. I'm sure she will. And then I'll mention it again next time we're on. I'll tell you what she said. Right, we'll put it in notch 4. We'll try and stay within the limits though. What's 1981? Oh dear. Right, Headstone Lane.
Please remain behind the yellow line at all times. Trains pass through the station.
Get everybody on. There's a few people waiting to get on. I've noticed this glass canopy before. It's quite nice, that. Patch End is next. Not far to go now. Am I a P&E fan? Yes, I am. Yeah. The sub was by V for Vitty. He very kindly this morning gifted 10 subs. So I'm assuming you were in the chat, Si, this morning. You're in the Premier. So yeah, he donated 10. Top man is V for Vitty. We'll be leaving the FA Cup next match. I wouldn't get too cocky. You've never won away from home, have you, in about 6 months or more? So we'll leave it there, I think. Simon, you think I'll be doing a 57 Thunderbird drag with the 82 and an 86, 87 at the rear from Stafford to Preston? Virgin train? No. No. Good guess, though. Good guess. I hope I haven't overbuilt the anticipation now. No, it's good. It is good. It's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that Portsmouth one. What do you think of the 378? Quite nice, I think. Quite enjoying it. Yeah, you're all out of guesses. Don't worry. Should be a good journey. So if you like your train sims or just railway in general, I think you'll quite enjoy it. It's quite a trip. Like, because it's on a playlist, you can just watch the different sections whenever you want as well. So. You're not buying it, Dave. You watched BA on his PS5 and it wasn't right. Too much blurring, frame rate was low. Yeah. See, I've been playing it all weekend and I've not had quite the same experience as he's had. I think he's got a PS5 Pro as well. Mine's a standard PS5.
This station operates a no smoking policy.
What's that above the headlights on the right hand side? What do you mean? Camera on the front. Yeah, there's a camera, yeah. Yeah. That could be it. This, you mean? Yeah, it's a camera. The PS5 had the wrong build earlier. Yeah, I don't know if we're meant to show. I don't know if we're meant to show the console version in early access. There is a build that we get, but it's never the final build. I don't think. But like I said, I've not had the same issues. Yeah, the Welsh route is out this month. That's going to be brilliant. You're getting the sales, Dave. Yep. Random MTR, how you doing? You cannot wait for tomorrow. Excellent. It's a tunnel light, is it? Is it? Does look like a camera. You getting a new PC, Animal? I still play most of my TSW on PS5. You missed this one, but go for the Cardiff. Yep. That's a perfectly sound statement. It can be the issue where a lot of things are releasing at the same time as well, can't it? It can also be, you know, a costly business, as we were saying earlier, with everyone's wallets. So if you want everything, it can be a bit painful. So we got Watford, which is just over there. I think that's the station, isn't it? That building there, right in the middle, is where the station is. We sort of curve around and go back to it. Watford High Street is our next stop. He's loaded. Yeah, you can upgrade your PC, Stace. Yeah. I mean, mine's coming up 2 years old, so I should be alright for a while on mine. A Cardiff for Dutch route and not bother with Puffin Billy. I take it you're not a fan then, Dave, that means. Oh. Good evening, Andrew. How you doing? Yeah, North Wales, we were talking about that one before, weren't we? I think North Wales Coastal would be a nice route. Evening, Carl. Thank you for subscribing. Hope you're well. For anyone just joining, we are on the... we switched to the Lioness Line. You might have gathered. We're on our way to Watford. Actually, we'll be there the next stop, but we were just trying out the 378 because it layers into the West Coast Mainline on the Lioness services.
If you require assistance at any time, feel free
I'm good, Andrew, thank you.
Station staff or use a help point.
Love the way the sun is cascading on the side of the train there. It's quite a nice effect, isn't it? Very nice. Watford Junction, 0.7. Ooh, 37s. 37s on the Cardiff. Now that'd be a thing. Oscar Trainspine, good evening, how you doing? Yep, thank you for subbing. You're welcome. Right, we've got a 15 coming into Watford. I think we saw one AI 378, didn't we? On this little trip. The rest of them are the usual 710s from the Suffragette. Yeah, thank you everybody for coming in. To all the new subs, welcome. Hope you've enjoyed the look at the DLC and this extended bit to look at the 378 and use it elsewhere. It is coming out tomorrow, as you all know, so those of you that are going to pick it up, hope you enjoy it. Let me know. Just drop me a comment on any of the videos tomorrow. Let me know how you get on. 10 o'clock for consoles, about 6ish for PC if you're on PCs when it will release. But yeah, hope you're looking forward to it. Hope it's helped you decide yes or no a bit better ahead of time. That's what it's all about. And this is Watford Junction. And that will be us. There we go. Thank you, Jason, for modding and answering the questions as usual. Much appreciated. Lewis, good evening. How you doing? Any new Class 700s coming soon? I've not heard anything about that call, to be honest. So, not sure. Not sure. They always say if it isn't on the roadmap, then there's nothing they can say on it. But Why such a difference in time for release? I don't know. It must be a platform specific thing, really. I don't know. Not really sure. But there you go. That is the Mildmay Line and the 378. As I said, hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you everybody for coming in. It is much appreciated. Thank you for all the likes as well and the chat. Have a good rest of the evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys, and bye for now.